Now, back to Marquee Media Studio and the HaneyBiz Project with your host, Mark Haney.
Welcome back to HaneyBiz Project, brought to you courtesy of Comstocks Magazine and California Backyard. I'm Mark Haney, and today I have the privilege of being joined by Jay Shukla, President and CEO of Nivagen Pharmaceuticals. You are disrupting things over at Nivagen. How you doing, Jay?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
I appreciate you being on the show. We met each other at the Ethan Conrad Pitch Contest, and your company won that. And, you know, I want to get your story because most people don't know about Nivagen. I had not even heard of you guys until that night, but you guys are skyrocketing.
Yeah, so we're in a generic pharmaceutical business. What we do is that we provide a cost-effective quality pharmaceutical product and try to reduce the cost of healthcare.
Right.
We also do some unique development that is what you call a extension of existing therapy that brings either the compliance or quality. So for example, if you have a once-a-day dosing, we'll try to convert it to once-a-week dosing. So it increases your compliance.
Okay.
And we also commercialize product for other pharmaceutical companies.
So you have different channels that you sell through. So who would your customers be typically?
Mostly our customers are big wholesaler like McKesson, Cardinal, ABC, big retail chain like Walgreens, CVS, Publix, Kroger, hospital like Kaiser, the GPOs, the big Costco's, Walmarts. But
you're a generic pharmaceutical, so you're taking some technology that's already been created, putting your brand to it, and then redistributing it? How does that work?
So what we do is that we reverse engineer it.
Okay.
So the product is already approved as a safe and effective. What we do is that once it loses the patent, we reverse engineer it. We do a small clinical trial to make sure that our drug is exactly same as the brand drug.
Okay.
Go through the FDA approval process, and once the FDA approves our product as a generic equivalent to brand drugs, then we come up with a lower cost generic.
So you have to re-engineer or reverse engineer this product. So thinking about what your team may look like, you got a bunch of really smart people that you've surrounded yourself with. Tell us about your team.
Yeah, so I've got a really good team. And as you know that for any company, the team is the game, right? So I've got a bunch of PhDs in organic chemistry. And these are very smart people from industry with 20, 30 years experience. I've got a formulator from Sandoz, Novartis. I've got a analytical chemist from Pfizer. We have a very unique sales team with generic experience. So to give you an example, like say you're trying to copy a top ramen noodles, right?
Okay.
You bring that in your kitchen and then you dissect it. You look at the size, the shape, the color, the ingredient, the feeling, the smell. Same thing with the pharmaceutical. You bring that in your kitchen and then you dissect it. That what is the shape, the size, the ingredient, the excipient, everything. And then you reverse engineer it and then you run a small clinical trial. And so I come and give everybody a noodle and say, tell me which one is the Romano noodle and which is mine.
Yes.
Right? And if they can differentiate, that means, okay, we got the prototype formulation ready. And then we take it from a kitchen to a commercial kitchen. And that's where we optimize it. That's where we scale it up. Then we go through the whole FDA approval process and bring it to the market.
I'm glad you broke that down for me. You know, I don't do a lot of cooking, but I see my wife always trying to create something in the kitchen. But thinking about why Sacramento, you're not originally from Sacramento. Tell us about your journey and how you got here.
Yeah, so I am a pharmacist myself, and I used to work for government, Department of Healthcare Services, and that brought me here.
Okay.
And when around 2009, I decided that I want to do something, you know, of my own. And that's where I started because I was based in Sacramento. I just started here.
And so you brought your team together, and I have to imagine at the beginning of the journey or at some point along the journey, now you guys are skyrocketing, but there had to have been a little bit of fear that kicked in at some point. Was there ever a point in time when you were scared?
No, it was a huge fear because think about it. You're in a very secure government job, making a very good amount of money and a very secure job, relaxed life. And I had twins at that time.
Okay.
So when my twins were born September 2009, company was started in December. Now you have a twins, you're the only one making, you know, and you're starting a company.
You're the breadwinner.
Right.
You give up your secure job with great benefits to go do a startup.
It's just difficult in the beginning because the healthcare cost is skyrocketing. So you don't have a health insurance when you're starting on your own,
Right.
You come from a structured work environment to unstructured work environment.
Yes.
Because you know, when you're working, you have a set thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Now you're starting from scratch. So when I started, I just went on the board and I just put the different parallels, like the regulatory, sales, marketing, R&D, accounting, finance, you know, the legal,
Right.
compliance, and then you have to look at all these different pieces, and you gotta connect them. That how is whole thing gonna work, right?
Right.
So yes, knowing an unknown, coming from an structured to unstructured workplace, and doing everything from scratch is fearful, and it's very challenging because you just brand new, you have no clue.
How did you overcome the fear?
So what I did was that I came up with this 3P, and that's one is called planner. Or
Plan? You got a plan.
Planner, or what do you call? I have a weekly planner.
A weekly
Right.
planner, okay.
Then the second P is Pomodoro. That is a focus.
Okay.
Pomodoro is a Pomodoro technique.
Okay.
And that's a focus technique.
Okay, so
And And the third is a passion, of course, right? So this 3P. So what I do is that.
What was the third one? I'm sorry.
Passion.
Passing?
Yeah, passion. Like you're passionate.
Oh, passion. Yeah, passion.
So,
Okay.
so what I do is that every Sunday evening, I have a weekly planner, and I put bunch of action item there. So I have a accounting related action item, finance, marketing, R&D, legal, all this bunch of action item. Then I put my week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That okay, this is the time I'm here, and these are my working hours. Like say I have 7 working hours, and I'm gonna put each item 20 minutes, right? And for that 20 minutes, I'll do that Pomodoro, which is a focus timer.
Okay.
Where you turn off your phone, you turn off your computer, and you just stay focused on one action item.
Nice.
One at a time. And then you knock down 7 or 8 action item a day, or a major one, you know. And then you know, you just keep doing it.
Yes.
And now I've created that for the team. So my VP of sales has that. My VP of R&D has it. His report has it. So now what I do is that I sit and say, let me see your planner or your planner, and I know what he's doing.
Yes.
He looks at his guys. And so we have a what you call a control on what exactly we're all as a team doing, and how we as a team going. Are we going in the same direction?
Right. Makes sense. So, I mean, kind of just jumping in, but jumping in an organized way. It sounds like you bring that organizational structure to the team. What can we expect for Nivagen moving forward, and what does it mean to Sacramento?
So last year alone, I've created 17 jobs.
17?
Yeah. Out of that 17, almost 90% are 100,000 plus, 130,000 plus.
Great jobs.
Great jobs. We're looking to hire at least another 20 people in next 20 months.
What kind of people are you looking to hire?
Mostly what we do is the science project manager.
Okay.
Analytical chemist, regulatory people to deal with the FDA, quality assurance guy.
Are these people based out of Sacramento, or do you recruit them from around the country or around the world?
So around the world.
Okay.
But most of them are from university new graduates. So we got 3 new graduates this year. What we do is that we hire someone who is experienced, and then we give them couple of guys who are new.
Yeah.
So they get trained. So we bring one guy who knows the stuff, and then we get people to.
How many, let's say we look out 3-5 years down the road, how many employees will be here in Sacramento?
At least 150 plus.
150 plus of these high-paying jobs right here in Sacramento.
Yeah, because what we're doing right now, we're virtual model. So what we do is that we do our own development, but we contract manufacture right now.
Right.
Right. But we're trying to get vertically integrated. That means that we will have our own manufacturing. So we're trying to evaluate right now a manufacturing capability here in Sacramento, where we may open a couple 100,000 square feet manufacturing site, and that will bring at least 90 to 100 high-paying jobs.
Well, you've been so successful in migrating from a government job to now this entrepreneurial rocket ship. As we only have about a minute or so left, but just advice to people who might be thinking, hey, I've got this idea, and I think, it might be a little scary, but what I should do with my idea?
So normally, anytime when you have idea, you gotta put it in a like. So there's a different parallels. Like, so one is like setting up this whole fabric, right? Like setting up the company, putting together accounting, this and that. This is the fabric piece of it. One is the networking piece of it. Then you need to get out there, network, right?
Right.
The third one is some kind of a structured work environment you have to create for yourself, right? That you have to put together the whole thing, and you need to hit it. And another one is, of course, a risk. You have to take the risk. You have to touch that little boundaries, I mean, you can't be in your comfort zone. You have to get out there, do your stuff. And the most important, you have to be passionate about it. You have to believe in what you're doing, right? I just went to the SAC startup weekend, and I came across a lot of new ideas and entrepreneurs, and I'm sure that one or two will hit it,
Nice.
And I think that Sacramento is at the stage where the Bay Area people are getting out of market, and we here in Sacramento has a reasonable cost of living, a good environment for entrepreneurs, and I think you get everything. Like, once you go out there, you're gonna find people to help you out.
Thank you, Jay. I want to thank you for coming on the show today and sharing your story and your wisdom and your confidence about our hometown of Sacramento, creating jobs, taking risk, overcoming the fear. And that's what entrepreneurship is all about. When we come back, we are going to be meeting the woman that puts the magic in the Sacramento Kings Capitalize event, in Sacramento entrepreneurship, in Sacramento. Mrs. Monique Brown coming up. Join the revolution at HaneyBiz.com, courtesy of Audi Rockland and DCA Capital. This is the HaneyBiz Project.